Alright, so I'm going to be showing you some of the paperwork I got after first going into the Kent office of one of the unions for electrician work, and I'll talk a little bit about that on a different cast, but for now, let me just show you the paperwork. Alright. So, obviously we're in the Puget Sound area, and my camera is not doing a good job of focusing on this, but as you can see, we've got three different dealies here. We've got the Inside Wireman Apprenticeship, the Limited Energy Technician. Let's see if I can't get this to focus. No, that's not going to work. And the residential trainee. And so there's one of them is the Inside Wireman's 5-year program. The limited technician is a 3-year program, and the residential trainee is a 2-year program. And these are all paid while you're doing it. Well, sort of. Basically, you're employed while you're doing it because you need live experience to be actually certified. So some of the stuff they're looking for out of people who apply to this. So you want to, and these are preferred qualifications, so what that means is that this is stuff they'd like. It's not especially required, but it's good to have. So 1 approved math class, 2 approved English classes, 1 approved psychology, 1 approved elective. So, can you add? Can you read? Do you know brains? That sort of thing. And then commercial. So this here is just industry experience. So this is something I don't have. So, if you've got this, oh man, good on you. So, things like working with commercial stuff or residential. So commercial being like, you worked on one of the apartment complexes or something, or you were, or residential is just working in a house, like you've wired a house at some point, in which case they're looking for you. Yes. Low voltage data and communications, which honestly I'm not quite sure what all that entails, but I'm sure somebody will light it up in the comments section or something there. Military service, self-explanatory. Did you work in the military? Did you wire stuff in the military? We want you, sir. And electrical construction stockman. Yeah, I've got no idea what that one is, but apparently it's no credits. So I'm sure someone can also light it up in the comment section about that. And what else have we got here? Related educations. So, have you been educated in industrial power, DC and AC theory, electronics, or welding, or structured wiring systems? If you got any of that stuff, they're looking for you. So anyway, that is some of the stuff here. Let's see what else we got here. So this is the specifics about the Inside Wireman Electrician program, and I read through this. I need to read through it again because I don't remember everything on it. But one of the important parts is this part down here, where we're talking about, what you're going to be making while doing this. Now, the idea is that you will be actually working the jobs that you're learning to do. So basically, you will be learning how to do electrical work while learning about the electrical work. You will be doing the electrical work while learning how to do it, essentially. So starting out, the starting wage is like $19.25. I know you can't, $19.02, excuse me. I know you can't really see it all that well here. And after some satisfactory school progress, so basically the person that is watching you do this work, because you will be supervised, says, hey, you're doing kind of good. After that person says that, then you move up to like the 2140. 1,000 after also 1,000 to after 1,000 hours of working. And, that's going to take a little while, but you'll get there. But yeah, after that, it's years of schooling combined with hours of experience. So, once you're at your second year of schooling and you've gotten 2,000 hours of experience, you move up to about 23. And, it's basically based on the idea that by this point, you should be useful enough to start doing the work that actually costs this much to do. And of course, all of this work is given to you through the union. Basically, they make connections with people who need this stuff, and then they're like, hey, you go over there. I know you're good enough to do this stuff, so go do it. Kind of thing. Sort of. I am greatly paraphrasing. And then finally, all of the stuff with regards to payment and such. Which, I mean, if you go in, they'll give you one of these papers, and you'll be able to go over it with an expert who's far more versed in this than myself. But yeah, then there's a bunch of stuff here that I'm going to have to go through with regards to agility testing. In general, it's just making sure that you actually use your body. That you have legs, you used them. You have hands, you've used them. You can lift. Bro, do you lift? That sort of thing. And things like, remember the guy I talked to, one of the things he noted is like, do you know how to use a screwdriver? Because apparently not everyone does. And if you don't, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's the first thing. There's also Phillips heads and, I forget what the name of the other one is, because that's the normal one. It's Flathead and Phillips, that's right. Phillips head and Flathead, but, simple stuff to the extent. Anyways, I'm going on 7 minutes now. I only meant to go for 5, so I'm going to close this out at this point. So the general gist of it is that is the paperwork overall. I know you couldn't really see it all because the words were a little bit blurry, but I think I'm going to try for the inside wireman thing, but before I can even do that, I need to get my high school transcripts. So I'm going to be working on that today. All right, well, I'll check in later.